and welcome to Confessions of a Yarn Addict. I think this is episode 32. My name is Anniken and I live in the southwest of England. First, before we start, if you can hear any noise, it is my husband. He is actually sanding down and painting the outside of our windows this week, and he's working on the side of the house where my office is. He's actually just done my window, painted my window this morning, so the window is open to allow the paint to dry, and so you can hear bird song or noise. That's just because the window's open, and because we've got several windows open in the house. My door doesn't shut properly because I have a bag thingy, like a thing to, I can't think what it's called, thing that hangs stuff on, hanging over the top of my door, so it doesn't shut properly. So I tried to put something in front of it because it creaks really badly. So if you hear any noise, it's just because Simon is working this week. Anyway, welcome to this episode. Lots to share this week. Not so much a lot of knitting really, but I do have lots to share, some days out and things like that. So if you like my podcast, then please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing, and do leave me a comment and tell me where you're watching from. I love reading comments, so please do leave a comment. So last year I knitted 22 pairs of socks. This year I have just finished my first pair of socks this year, so I'm not doing much sock knitting at the moment, but these are made from Amara yarns from the Knitting Corner, hand dyed by Amy and Sarah of the Knitting Corner in Sutton Coldfield. It came with a ball of contrasting yarn for the heels and toes. I only used it for the heel. I forgot about it when I was doing the toe. These are knitted toe up with a wedge toe and then an afterthought swirly heel. Can't really see the swirly heel because of the yarn is so dark. I love the colour for the heel. I'd love to get a 100-gram skein in just that colour, do a pair of socks, because I really like that. I did 2x2 rib all the way up because I like that. It creates quite a nice fit and it's quite quick and easy to knit. Well, not quick because it's taken me 3.5 months. But I haven't really been knitting a lot of socks this year, but I'm really pleased these are finished. And they do kind of go with the leggings I'm wearing today. So I'm just spending a little bit of time clearing up my underwear and sock drawer because I couldn't get into there. And this is one of the reasons I couldn't get into there. I washed some of my socks the other day, and these are basically all my knitted socks except for one pair. There's one pair in the washing basket. And there are 22 pairs of socks here. I've already thrown out probably 5 pairs of socks that were just a bit felted or a bit worn out. Or whatever, and I've actually been going through all of them, and if they are very pilled, have a lot of pilling on them and just look a bit scruffy, I've been going over them with this thing called a Gleaner. So this is not an ad, I did pay for this, but it's called the Gleaner, the Ultimate Fuss Remover, and it is brilliant. It comes with different attachments. This is the roughest one, if you like, and this is the medium one, and then it's the fine one as well. And then at the other side it's just got like a lint remover, which I need to clean. So I've been going through all my socks, all the ones that needed it, and which wasn't all of them, but quite a few of them. And I got that big pile of fluff that came off my socks. So probably about half of them needed it. So fun thing to do on a Saturday afternoon. But if you're looking for a de-pillar, I really recommend the Gleaner, whether it's commercial knitwear or hand knitted stuff. It is really, really good. It's the only de-pillar I've used that I like. I ordered mine from Canada quite a few years ago, but it is now available from Amazon here in the UK, so you don't have to order it from overseas. But I recommend that, and this is not, I've not been paid for this. This is my own. I bought this several years ago and I absolutely love it. And I recommended it to quite a few friends as well who really liked it. So I'll just put the name below and you can just search online to find your best option to buy it for you locally. So that little video clip you just saw was a new design that's on my needles. I've knit this in two main parts. So this is the first part which I finished, and I'm now, the clip you saw was the start of the second part. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. It is for a workshop that I'm teaching at the end of May at the Knitting Hotel in Dawlish. It's my first workshop of this year, so I'm really excited about it, and I just hope that things have opened up enough by then to go ahead. But let me know, tell me what you think it is. But I've got to really crack on with this over the next week or so and try and finish it. I'm a little bit behind, I feel, because it needs to go through tech editing and all that kind of stuff. I will probably release it as a pattern as well, but tell me, what do you think it is? The yarn I'm using is one of these, Saberpalin, which is a really lovely colorway. So I'm using one of these for this design. So tell me what you think it is. So since our lockdown has now finished, we have been able to go out a little bit more and go a little bit further. So this next clip, we did a drive across Bodmin Moor to the other side of the Bodmin Moor. So we're on the southeastern side of Bodmin Moor, I guess. And we drove up to the north side of Bodmin Moor, northwest, I guess, to Davidstow Airfield. So it used to be an old airfield. We parked there and then we walked into the woods next to the airfield. Then on the way back, we drove through the village of Blisland on Bodmin Moor, and we'd stopped and bought some sandwiches at a garage, and we stopped and had a little picnic on the village square. There wasn't anyone else around. Well, there was another family having a picnic on the other end of the village square, but it was quiet, beautiful village, really pretty Cornish moorland village. this next clip is from a walk we did. We've done quite a few walks recently around Carradon Hill. So Carradon Hill is a local landmark that you can actually see from several parts of Cornwall. It's quite a high hill on the southeastern edge of Bodmin Moor. It's near where we live, it's about 10 minutes drive away. We can actually see it from our front bedroom windows, so from our bedroom windows and Vanessa's bedroom window. I work out in Vanessa's room every morning, so when I'm on my exercise bike I can actually sit there and I look straight at Carradon Hill. And there used to be an industrial area, loads of tin mines on the moors in this area, and so we're talking, I'm not great with history, Cornish history, but we're talking like Poldark times, I believe. So if you watch Poldark, which I haven't actually watched, but those are the kind of times we're talking about. But there used to be loads of tin mines there, and there are loads of old mine workings there now, lots of old wheelhouses, and that kind of thing. And we ended up around some of them recently, taking loads of photos and loads of videos. And yeah, it's quite interesting to see what we now think of as a really beautiful natural landscape is actually industrial wasteland. I'm also working on a top secret design. Not top secret, but it is for a magazine, so I can't really show you too much. But because it is in lace weight yarn, it doesn't really look like much at the moment. It's lace weight alpaca. It's I don't think I've got a label here. Oh, here we go. There's the yarn right in front of me. It's the alpaca lace from Cascade Yarns. Really soft, lovely yarn. I've got 3 of these, and I haven't finished the first one yet, which means I'm probably about a third of the way through. And the deadline is in 2 weeks, and I'm getting slightly worried now because I feel like this is taking me a lot longer than it should be. So either that is that I am knitting slower, or I'm not knitting as much every day. And I think it is the fact that I'm not knitting as much every day because of other stuff going on as well. So I need to really, over the next 2 weeks, actually it's less than 2 weeks, probably about a week and a half. I need to finish by the end of next week, so I've got like 10 days till I need to finish it. So I think I need to work out roughly how many repeats I need to work in total, and then work out how many days I've got left till I've got to finish it, and then set myself a target of how many repeats I got to finish a day. I may have to finish this before I finish that other design, the mitered square design in that yarn that I just showed you. So that is some of the yarns that have arrived, which I've just chucked on my bookcase. So I'm going to get that into the shop as quickly as possible. I love all those bright colorways. So I'll put the link below to the YarnAddict online shop where you can find all these yarns. My daughters live in Wales, and last weekend was the first weekend that they were allowed to leave Wales since the start of the most recent lockdown. So we haven't seen them since Christmas. We were lucky that they were able to come home for Christmas, and the only reason they were able to do that was because they actually came home early at the beginning of December before any restrictions came into place. So they went back first week in January, and we hadn't seen them since. So we decided to find somewhere halfway, which was Weston-super-Mare in Somerset, on the coast. There was a lot of people there, which was something we were a little bit concerned about. But the only chance we felt like it was really crowded was when we were walking back to the car before we left, near the main pier. The pier that you see in this clip is the old pier, which is a bit of like a ghost pier, which we were absolutely fascinated with. I didn't take as much video as I thought I would, but we had a day out, so lovely to see the girls. Hopefully they'll be able to come home for a visit soon. So I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. As you can see, we also had a couple of trips to the seaside. We haven't been to the coast during lockdown. Nearest seaside town is about 15-20 minutes drive away, and it gets very, very busy there. And the nearest kind of beach, like dog walking beach, is probably about 20 minutes drive away, and that gets absolutely packed on the weekend. And I know somebody who lives near there, and she said it was packed every single weekend during our January to March lockdown, or January to middle of April lockdown. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. This weekend, I'm hoping to get this out before the weekend. If not, I'm going to have to cut this out. But this weekend is Wonderwool, which is Saturday and Sunday. I'll put the link below to their Facebook group. and on Saturday is the Yorkshire Yarn Fest. So I'll be live in on the Yorkshire Yarn Fest page on Saturday. I'll put the link and the time below. So I'll be live there on Saturday, and then I'm also teaching a couple of workshops this weekend, virtual workshops, online workshops, which are already full. So lots of stuff going on this weekend, and I do currently have 10% off my workshops. It ends at the end of Sunday, so I'll put all the links to that below as well. So if you're interested in an online workshop, or online course rather, you keep indefinite access to the course. You can work in your own time at your own pace, and I'm there to answer any questions you have. So I'll put all the links to that below, and I'll put the discount code below as well. But it finishes on Sunday 25th of April. If you watch this later and you missed out on those events and that discount, do make sure you sign up to my newsletter so you don't miss out in the future. The link to that is below as well. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like my podcast, do subscribe. It does help me a lot. And do give it a thumbs up and leave a comment and tell me where you live and what you're knitting at the moment. And tell me what you think that thing I was knitting in this is. Have a lovely week. Thank you very much for watching.